There have been lots of memorable men's 100-meter world records. Even more memorable were the athletes that set them. Carl Lewis, Donovan Bailey, Maurice Greene, and of course the big man himself, Usain Bolt, are just a few honorable mentions. But as you flip through the pages of time, the name of one former world record holder may surprise you. Asafa Powell. Yes, you heard right. Before lightning bolt struck in 2008, Asafa Powell had set the world record for the men's 100-meter dash twice. What's even more shocking? Powell has run under 10 seconds 97 times. Wow. This is more than any other male athlete in history, earning him the nickname the Sub-10 King. Now let's take a look back at Asafa Powell's epic world record performances and his sprinting career. Hailing from a family of sprinters, the young Powell recorded his first sub-10 performance of 9.99 seconds at the National Junior Track and Field Championships way back in 2003 and became a pre-race favorite for the 100-meter discipline coming into the 2004 Athens Olympic Games. With the firing of the gun, Powell powered out of the blocks, but by the 50-meter mark, it became clear that Powell was no longer in contention for any of the medals in this event. In an upset, it was the then 22-year-old Justin Gatlin that took home the glory in a personal best of 9.85 seconds, while Powell finished in a disappointing 5th place with 9.94 seconds. In a moment of redemption in 2005, Powell stormed to a new world record of 9.77 seconds in Athens, the same city where he had failed to meet the Olympic expectations of fans in the previous year. But this time, it was different. Many had hailed Powell as the clear winner for this race, but it became evident that he was aiming for more than the finish line. He was chasing history. In cold, windy conditions that scientifically hindered sprinters from achieving fast times, Powell, in a true display of talent and perfect running form, sprinted away from the rest of the field in a historic 9.77 seconds. It was remarkable and showed that Powell had more untapped potential ready to unleash. Sadly, in a swift turn of events, Powell's 2005 season was cut short by what would become a long-standing groin injury. In the face of this unfortunate reality, he still secured the number 2 spot on this list of fastest men over 100 meters for that year. 2006 proved to be Powell's golden year as he seemed to be on an unstoppable winning streak. He equaled his world record of 9.77 seconds at the Gateshead International Stadium in June, then equaled it again in August in Zurich, setting a new championship record in the World Athletics 100-meter final. Of the many accolades awarded to him in 2006, he received the IAAF World Athlete of the Year and the Track and Field Athlete of the Year awards. He was looking forward to continuing this momentum into 2007, but once again, a groin injury interrupted this season, which resulted in him placing 3rd with 9.96 seconds behind one of his biggest rivals, Tyson Gay, at the 2007 World Championships. For some, it was obvious that Powell stopped trying halfway through the race, and criticism about his performance was the center of several sports commentaries. Later, Powell in an interview admitted that he did in fact give up once he realized that Gay had passed him, adding to the disappointment of fans. However, later in that year, at the IAAF Grand Prix in Italy, Powell did the unimaginable. At the start of the gun, he exploded out of the blocks with incredible speed, and despite easing up well before the finish line, Powell obliterated the world record, setting a new time of 9.74 seconds. Of course, this presented the question, what would have been the world record if Powell had run all the way through the finish line? Several experts predicted that he could have gone below the 9.70 second barrier, but the jury is still out on that one. Unfortunately, Powell's season would again be shortened, this time by a hamstring injury, but he still managed to cop the number 2 spot in the world again, and was awarded the IAAF Performance of the Year award for his world record feat. What seemed to have become the norm, Powell's 2008 season was plagued with several injuries, including his reoccurring groin injury. He was even forced to stop competing for a few months, and had to watch a new world record holder being crowned at the Reebok Grand Prix in New York City. Usain Bolt, in one of the most electrifying races, destroyed Powell's world record, setting a scarcely believable time of 9.72 seconds, but Bolt was just getting started. With the 2008 Summer Olympics nearing, fans and commentators alike highly anticipated a matchup between Powell and Bolt, who were the most likely contenders for the gold medal. Powell even shut down claims that he didn't have the mental capacity to win the 100-meter final, and assured fans that he had no intentions of losing. In spite of his confident statement, in less than 10 seconds, the ghost of the 2004 Athens Olympics had visited the 2008 Beijing Olympics, where Powell, for a second time, would finish in 5th place as Usain Bolt set a new world record, his second one that year in the same event. Bolt shattered one of the deepest fields of talent in history with an insane time of 9.69 seconds. Celebrating well before the finish line. Powell did eventually break his own world record with a personal best of 9.72 seconds in Lausanne, Switzerland in the same year. This time of 9.72 seconds was 0.03 of a second away from Bolt's new record of 9.69 seconds. Between 2009 and 2012, Powell managed to win a few individual races, but was unable to get anywhere near to his triumphant 2006 season. Injury would diminish hopes of ever making a serious attempt to regain his title as the men's 100-meter world record holder. Dreams of winning a medal at the 2012 London Olympics were scattered when he finished last place in 11.99 seconds after pulling up with yet again another groin injury. Failing to secure any individual medals at 2 consecutive Olympic Games and having only a few medals from the World Championships, questions began spiraling around Powell's ability to handle pressure in big career moments. In 2011, when asked in an interview with a reporter from the Daily Mail if he was destined to never win an individual Olympic gold medal, he responded, "Honestly, yes, I think about that a lot. Every time it comes to the big one, there is always something that prevents me from getting it. But it's just life, and I have to live with it and just hope for the best for the next one to come. I'll feel disappointed if I don't finish my career with a global title, but I'll retire as one of the best sprinters that has ever touched the track, and that's still something to be happy about." Powell's words proved to be true, with his only Olympic gold medal coming from the men's 4x100-meter relay at the 2016 Rio Olympics. He is one of the fastest men in history to have never tasted Olympic victory individually or have a 100-meter world title to his name. It is simply heartbreaking to think about all the competitions where Asafa Powell had earth-shattering performances, yet he was never able to replicate those performances when it truly mattered. Certainly, we can only imagine how Powell felt at the end of his career. As we all know, it can be extremely painful being in reach of your heart's desire but never attaining it. Nevertheless, Powell was also right that he is one of the best sprinters to have ever graced the track. He is the fourth fastest man in history with a personal best of 9.72 seconds. He had set the world record twice with times of 9.77 seconds and 9.74 seconds. He was the first man to run under 10 seconds a whopping 15 times in just one season back in 2008. He has a total of 16 global medals. And let's not forget, he has run under 10 seconds 97 times. I can't get over how many times that is. The most by any male sprinter in history. OMG. To further celebrate his legacy, Powell made it to the Guinness Book of World Records as the current record holder for the most competitive 100-meter sprint races completed under 10 seconds. It is clear that Asafa Powell was immensely talented, and his stellar achievements cannot be overlooked. Absolutely not. Leave a comment down below and let us know how fast do you think Asafa Powell could have gone at the 2007 Grand Prix in Italy if he had just sprinted through the finish line? Thanks so much for watching, and as usual, go and big up on yourself.